Welcome to our video series on more advanced topics for selling on eBay. In this video, we'll explore creating titles to attract the buyers you want. By doing quick research on Empire.com, it's clear that in this category of products, Lexmark printers, or I would say printers in general, very specific headlines really just listing the exact product and perhaps some of the most relevant examples, the most relevant details about the auction, for example, no reserve, seem to work very well. Once you've done this research, then carry that over into your own auction. So I've started creating an auction. Here we have the title with a maximum of 55 characters we can use. Now, I don't recommend that you do what some people do, such as use terms like wow, or for some reason some people include a lot of symbols like that. I imagine they think that helps grab people's attention, but I would say, and you may agree with this, that it really looks quite unprofessional and actually tends to turn people off the auction rather than making them more interested in it. Also, it's using up valuable space where you could be entering keywords. However, eBay does not like keyword stuffing, which, for example, if I was selling Lexmark printers, but I was also interested in getting the attention of people who were searching for other printers, I could do Lexmark printer, then Canon, Epson, and perhaps other makes of printers as well. But these keywords aren't relevant to the actual product, and that's what's known as keyword stuffing. eBay doesn't like that for obvious reasons, because it's sort of gaming the system in a way. And also, it doesn't make your titles look very good. So do your research, see what types of titles are working in your category, keep to eBay's rules if you intend to keep selling on eBay for a long period of time. So here we could say, and let me use the example of a printer I have, which is a pretty low-end printer that I bought quite a while ago. And let's imagine I'm selling it. So Lexmark printer Z, I'm going from memory, but I believe it's a Z601C color inkjet. And let's move the words around a bit. Lexmark Z601C, and perhaps we can put a hyphen in here to space things out a bit and make it easier to read. Color inkjet printer. And how much space do we have left? Okay, 20 characters. Let's make use of them as much as we can. There are probably more product-specific keywords I could come up with if I did research. For example, I could look through the product manual to come up with other ways that this product may be referenced. Maybe I could use the keyword DeskJet. I believe they call it a DeskJet printer, but with inkjet, I don't want to be too repetitive here with keywords, but perhaps I'll get away with that, but it still keeps the title relevant and useful for the person visiting or searching. Then I can add some extra text at the end. For example, is this going to fit? No, I've used a few too many characters. Interestingly, though, something to look out for, I've put 2 spaces here, 2 spaces between these words. If I delete one space, I gain that extra character, so I can add no reserve, for example. Or I could put great condition. Okay, I've run out of room again, so I'll need to juggle with the words, but great condition, or even, and use this carefully, as new. Obviously, if the condition is rough and you use as new in the title, you're going to have some unhappy customers. So use such a phrase very carefully. And you do generally want to reflect the product and its quality and its condition. So by doing research on successful auctions in the product category you're going to sell in, you'll discover what works and then take those points in creating your own titles. Keep them to the point. You know, often people are searching for one particular thing, so you want to let them know you have exactly what they want. Obviously, you don't want to appeal to everyone, You want to appeal to people who are searching for what you're selling. So put that across to them. And as I mentioned, you don't have to make your titles exciting or even interesting. You can maybe make them purely functional, as this one is. But again, do the research and see how other people are creating their auction titles. And do stick to the rules so you don't have problems with eBay. And really, the bottom line is that you're going to want to include keywords that potential customers are going to search for. So if I have people searching for Lexmark inkjet printer, they're going to come across my auction, which is what I want. If they're being really specific and searching for a Lexmark Z601, they're definitely going to find my auction. So again, that's what I want. But really, the bottom line is that you want to make the best use of space so that people will find your auction when they're searching for relevant keywords. That's relevant keywords. That's important. And you want them to read it and click through. So keep all that in mind when you're creating your auction titles. But also, once you've done your research, a lot of this will automatically fall into place for you. Importantly, if you need more keywords, just do a bit more product research, perhaps reading the manual, searching for it online, and seeing what other keywords are often used in combination. Actually, let's do a quick search on that now. Okay, I just did a quick search for Lexmark Z601C, and I only found one result, so clearly I was mistaken about that being the actual name of the printer. But it's definitely Z601 because I can see it as I look at it. So make sure you get those facts right when you list your eBay auctions, because obviously if you get this wrong, far fewer people are going to be able to find your auction. Okay, so Z601, and let's see what people are listing. Nothing much here, just a pretty general listing. Product search results. Let's look at the product search results, and you see that these are other models of the product, Z602, 603, and so on, but that's not relevant to what I'm selling in this instance. So I'm going to open that in a new tab and look at it in a minute. What other keywords can we see? Okay, these are all pretty general. What you can do is, if we take a look at this, take a look at that as well, and okay, let's go to the first tab. Here's the Google product search. So what's it showing us? A lot of ink cartridges, but not so many printers. Perhaps, I'm not entirely sure, but maybe Lexmark doesn't make the printer anymore because it is a few years old. But that could perhaps give you an idea for more relevant keywords. If I go to the site here, Ink to You, and essentially you see the bottom line is that you can go through other sites and find more relevant keywords that would be a good fit for the auction title, but keep them relevant specifically to what you're selling and the type of customer you want to attract to your auction. What you can often also do is go to View, Source, and this shows you the HTML code that makes up the page. And often people have near the top meta and meta name equals keywords, and here they list a whole bunch of keywords that they feel are relevant to the content of the page. You can't see this on the page itself, but this is really, let's say, food for the search engines. So here is Lexmark Z601, ink cartridges, inkjet cartridges, and if I scroll over, printer cartridges, printer ink, HP, Lexmark, Olivetti, and so on. You see, they've actually done some keyword stuffing here, but it's actually allowed in the meta keywords tag. Canon, Samsung, Xerox, buy UK cheap. Okay, nothing massively helpful here, but it's a good place to look. Another good place is the meta description tag. You may come up with ideas there for further keywords for your auction. So that's how you can create great titles that people find and click through for your eBay auction.